Right, let's take you to a little bit of sport as the Bulls will take on Lyon for a spot in the quarterfinals. Bulls director of rugby Jake White has made a few alterations to his side, whom he hopes will get revenge for that 29-28 loss in France last year. Newzroom Afrika's Yolulwe Qoshe is at Loftus. Yolulwe, good to speak to you this afternoon. Let's start off with the atmosphere where you are this afternoon.
Well, a very good afternoon to you in studio, Hugo, as well as to the viewers at home. Of course, like you said, we are here at Loftus Fastball Stadium, where the Bulls will be hosting Lyon, hoping to make it into familiar territory, the quarterfinals of the European Champions Cup, a stage that they were bowing out from last year. Now, you do ask about the atmosphere. Pretty relaxed, Hugo, this time around at Loftus. A far cry from the last time I was here when the Bulls played at the Storm. Was at a sold-out affair. This time around, it's also an awkward time for a kickoff. I'm here earlier than usual. It is a 1:30 p.m. kickoff, so maybe that has also influenced the relaxed atmosphere here. There isn't a big rush of people trying to come in, because I know usually with the people, the faithful from the Bulls, before they come to the particular match, they have their usual traditional braais around the areas, around the field, around the parking lot and around their home areas. So maybe this time around they didn't even get that opportunity to have those traditions. So they thought maybe let's leave this game and probably go closer to kickoff time. But I do expect things to start to pick up in terms of the numbers later on, especially as the game draws closer now to kickoff, Hugo. But in terms of just this place, they will be hoping that they can give their team an impetus to be able to, get the victory and to go through to the next round. So the Bulls players will be hoping that this place fills up very quickly.
So we've talked about that 29-28 loss by the Bulls to Lyon. Is it all about revenge this afternoon?
More than revenge, Hugo, it's about just winning a game of rugby and making it to the next round. This is knockout rugby. It's championship stuff. It doesn't matter how you go through. It's all about just going through. And that's, I'm sure, the conversation that Jake White will be having with his players in the changing room. He has always spoken to us about wanting his charges to be street smart when it comes to battle. That is him saying, I need you guys to be able to win by any means necessary. I need you guys to be able to pull through in those difficult situations in the field. But when you do speak about that particular game, the Bulls notoriously start slow whenever they do play in Europe, and in that game it was the same situation. They did run them close, however, but it was just those second halves that they usually struggle with in Europe that took the game away from them against Lyon. There was a guy called Take Abrams who starts this time around as well, a former Sharks player. He is in this particular lineup now, and he will hope to have a similar impact against the Bulls on home soil, and he will also want to prove a point when he comes back to South Africa. But in terms of revenge, probably not. Just winning, of course, that's always going to be a mandate when you're wearing the Bulls jersey, especially at Loftus, where they have made it a fortress so far this season.